Concendo Sodalitas. Karma, the game we take far too seriously. A Karma Handbook for Cosmic Dreamers. Greetings to the fratres and sorores of Concendo. At Concendo Sodalitas, we recognize that every seeker carries their own set of beliefs, experiences, and discoveries. Among the many spiritual concepts that have crossed cultures and eras, few have been as discussed, interpreted, and distorted as karma. This text is an invitation to go beyond the limited view of debt and reward, exploring karma not as a sentence or punitive mechanism, but as part of a greater game. A game we ourselves have invented. By questioning the rules and reclaiming our inner freedom, we make space for a fuller awakening, in which guilt gives way to awareness and rigidity dissolves into loving understanding. May these words inspire each frater and soror to remember that, in the great cosmic dream, we are more than pieces on the board. We are the authors of the story, and the key to liberation is already in our hands. Throughout history, the concept of karma has been distorted and reduced to a mere law of cause and effect, as if the universe were an unyielding judge who punishes or rewards us for every action. However, such a view is a limitation born from misinterpretations. Karma, as taught by many religions, is not an inexorable cosmic force, but rather a mental construct, fueled by guilt and self-imposed beliefs. In Western traditions, we carry the burden of sin. In the East, one speaks of negative karma. Yet both are sides of the same coin, mechanisms of control in the earth challenge. Most religions, in their essence, were not created to liberate us, but to make the game more difficult, the challenge within the dream we ourselves originated, and which stands in opposition to the ultimate goal, awakening. Nevertheless, not all spiritual traditions operate under the same logic. Many philosophical esoteric streams, especially Eastern ones, in their non-dogmatic essence, point directly toward enlightenment, beyond common concepts. In them, the focus is not to accumulate merits or fear debts, but to awaken to what we already are, the consciousness that observes the game and its illusory rules. Yet, even these liberating paths can be distorted when institutionalized. Imperfection is inherent to duality, and this is not a flaw, but part of the cosmic challenge we accepted upon entering this dance. The true spiritual journey lies not in following masters, gurus, or external systems, but in developing our intuition and inner connection, which remind us never to trade freedom for any map, no matter how wise it may seem. Karma is not a divine sentence, but a burden we carry because we believe we deserve to suffer for supposed mistaken actions of the past. It is like a heavy backpack, full of useless things, which we can at any moment choose to set down. It is crucial to distinguish karma from vibrational alignment. When we emit negative frequencies, we attract similar experiences, not as punishment, but through vibrational resonance. Those who spread pain naturally find themselves in environments where pain prevails. This is not retribution, it is the physics of resonance. However, in our paradoxical universe, even vibrational alignment is just as much an illusory concept within the dream. After all, who is it that vibrates? We live in this reality to play the game of our consciousness's duality. If we had not forgotten who we truly are, and already knew all the nuances of the path, there would be no purpose to earthly existence. In the school of life, a student passes even when scoring only 60%, for learning comes precisely through mistakes and attempts. Yet many of our religions teach us to fear even the smallest missteps, as if a moment of anger or a single wrong choice could condemn us to endless cycles of suffering. They act like a system that fails even those who score 100%, for under their dogmas, even a fleeting, impure thought or a justified outburst can be cause for eternal punishment. And worst of all, it is not an external judge who condemns us, but ourselves, when we internalize such absurd guilts and thus become our own executioners. This disproportionate self-punishment, not any cosmic debt, is what keeps us bound to the wheel of rebirth, repeating lessons we have, in truth, already learned. And what of those who seem to defy this harmony, such as the so-called psychopaths, who act without feeling guilt? Who are these beings without remorse, who perpetrate disharmonious actions without any apparent force arising to oppose their impulses? They are not exiles from the divine source, as it may appear, for it contains all, but rather fractals temporarily misaligned with its balanced essence. In this divergent path, they manifest the raw duality of dense worlds, yet this is not permanent. The source, in its infinite unity, rejects none of its parts. Even those who stray deeply from the harmonious flow will, in time, be lovingly reintegrated into the whole. Their acts, no matter how dark, are part of an extreme antagonism within the great fabric of cosmic experience, dissolving like shadows before eternity. In the light that permeates all separation is but temporary. Furthermore, narcissistic and self-centered attitudes, often associated with evil, carry within themselves a self-destructive nature. By persistently prioritizing the ego's short-term aims over the free flow with others and the connection with the source, such behaviors create an inner void, distancing the individual from universal harmony and generating consequences that, by their own vibration, corrode the essence of the one who practices them, leading to a cycle of isolation and self-imposed dissolution. The game of duality imprisons us only while we believe in its rules, including karma as debt. When we awaken, we see that even the most enlightened masters walked crooked paths, for perfection was never a requirement. What liberates is the awareness that we are already whole, here and now. We emphasize what binds us to samsara is not a cosmic debt, but the guilt we internalize. It is our own beliefs of inadequacy that make us repeat cycles. When we understand the game and raise our vibration, we break these patterns and transcend illusions, including those related to samsara. Traditional karma is an invisible ink contract that exists only as long as we believe in the imaginary pen. Vibrational alignment is the language through which the universe truly operates. One is the story that is told, the other, the invisible mechanics behind the stage. The masterstroke is to realize that even this duality is part of the dream, because in the end, the depositor, the redeemer, and the one who vibrates are the same. You, the infinite dreamer. Noble fratres and sorores, remember? You are not merely the characters in this story. You are the authors, infinite beings, the very source, exploring temporary realities. Beyond time and space, beyond duality, we are already complete. Freedom lies in awakening to this truth and laughing at the rules of the game we ourselves once invented. In the eternity of the I Am, sincere wishes of ascension. Concendo sodalitas.